Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! And in this video I just wanted to show you my favorite Brusho technique. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Day stamp set, and Brusho or crystal color it's a powder, a very fine powder that results in a burst of color when wet. And I have been playing with it for a few days now. I did a Facebook Live event with several techniques, but on this one I'm just going to concentrate on one of my favorites. I like to call it the stained glass technique. And one thing I'll tell you is that no two projects or creations with this ever turns out exactly alike. So get some, have fun with it, and just experiment with it. And so I'm using this butterfly image here. And I've taken up some of the Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper, and I am stamped it in Versamark ink, and then applied Stampin' White embossing powder and embossed it, okay? And I'm going to take an aqua painter, and I will tell you that it's good to have down a sheet of scrap paper underneath each project. Okay, so these little crystals, you don't open the lid, you just poke a hole in the top, and some people poke several holes. I just did one and then covered it with a push pin, and you're just going to tap it and sprinkle it onto your cardstock or the wet where you've applied the water. So you'll see. Let me just get started. So I have my scrap paper underneath, I have my aqua painter full of water, and I'm going to apply water to this image directly to the watercolor paper and fill up each of these areas on the butterfly with water. And I have found that the more water that you use, the better that this particular technique works. Now this is just my experience, and I think it probably is a matter of personal preference, but I can just reiterate, just try it. Get some and try it. And with these 5 colors, you can make a lot of different colors. And but like I said, you know, if I try to recreate the same color twice, sometimes I get a variation of it, but that's okay. Okay, I'm trying to go to the edges of all of these little sections of the butterfly. And for this particular technique, I'm going to let it dry on its own. You can take a heat tool and dry it after you've completed putting the color down, but I like the look of it when it just mixes and dries on its own. When you hit it with the heat tool, it kind of changes the color intensity to me a little bit, and it spreads the color around a little more. So we're going to try this and be careful. I'm going to try to be careful how I apply the color. And I say that is if you use too many colors and pile them on top of each other, it can get muddy. And I'll show you an example of that in just a minute. One of the first times I tried this. So I'm going to use all of the colors except for the moss green. Okay, and so I have yellow, Prussian blue, gamboge, and brilliant red. And what is so special about these is that even though this is yellow, it has other colors in there with it, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome and so much fun to play with. Okay, so I see a little bit where I don't have water. And again, this is just almost pool. Well, not, I won't say almost. It is pooling on the paper. I know that when I move it to set and on a table to dry, I'm always afraid the water's going to scatter, but I've been lucky so far. Okay, let's start with the yellow. Make sure I'm in the camera here. All right, I'm going to pull this off, and I've got that hole poked in the top there, and I'm going to tap a little bit toward the bottom, and you can see how the color just scatters there. Okay, I'll do a little bit more, just like that. Okay, and I'm gonna let it be. All right, let's plug that up and get the Prussian blue. And then I'm going to come up, tap, tap, tap. And you can see how intense it is. And like when I'm tapping this, these little crystals are going like more places than we can see. And you, if water hits it or you get it close to another project, it can go onto that project. Okay, so you can see here the look we're getting. I've got some of the blue crystals in the yellow, but that's okay. That's going to turn blue and yellow make green. So it'll be a greenish tint. I'm going to do a little bit more blue right here on this one. Okay, all right, let's plug up that Prussian blue and get the gamboge. And let's see. And try not to get any on top of that blue if I can help it. And you see I'm just barely tapping. You can go with a more heavy hand, or a heavier hand I should say. But you see that look? I mean, I just think that's gorgeous. And it is so much fun to play with. Oh my gosh. If you're on Facebook, be sure you like my page, Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown, and you can go back and find the video. It's about an hour long where I play with this stuff, and it is just so much fun. Okay, so here, I don't feel like I have, I'm going to add a little bit more water right there and get that to spread a little more. And I think I need to get some more right here. Okay, and again, I like to call this the stained glass technique because that's what it reminds me of. In this stamp set that is in the catalog, the occasions catalog, this is perfect for using the Brusho color crystals with, because you can play with it, flowers, butterflies, and it's got some beautiful sentiments as well. Okay, so if you can see there, I've got some little crystals, some strays, but after it's dry, I'll be able to take a dry paintbrush and just brush away those crystals, okay? And then before I use this on a project, I will fussy cut it out around the antenna there. I didn't get any on that center. The center of the butterfly is the little body. Is pretty solid, so you can't really get any color in there, but I'm telling you, it is beautiful. Okay, so I am going to just be very careful and not disturb that, and I'm going to show you some finished cards with this technique. Here you see, here's a butterfly that I've done, and I did the colors pretty much the same. On this one though, I did the red and then I came back with the blue, the yellow, and the green. I was just playing and trying something different. This was the first one I tried with this technique. And remember I mentioned to you about the colors getting muddy? You see right here how that's just kind of bleh. It's almost a brown. Yeah, I was trying to make purple, red and blue with purple. And you can't, right here, I achieve that a little bit. I'm still working with that. But all in all, it's still a really pretty butterfly. And this one's going to be gorgeous too. And I'll make a card with it and post it on my blog. So be sure and visit inkandinspirations.com, and it'll be up there. This is January the 22nd. I'm going to try to have it up by, I don't know, hopefully when this video goes up. Okay, if not, I'll tell you when I post it. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. If I can help you with anything, please let me know. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.